My name is Zenaida. I am from Venezuela.
My name is Xiomara Torres.
My name is Edwin Torres.
I am from El Salvador.
Me too. I'm from El Salvador.
My name is Chang. I am from South Korea.
My name is Jessica Cruz. I am from Honduras.
My name is Cristian Santiago. I am from Puerto Rico.
Hi everyone, my name is Nazreen Noor. I am from Kabul, Afghanistan.
My name is Luciana Floriani. I am from Argentina.
Welcome to the 2020
Annual Recognition Ceremony.
Good evening. My name is Rupal Saran, and I am the Executive Director here at the Literacy Council of Northern Virginia. Thank you so much for joining us tonight for LCNB's 2020 Annual Recognition Ceremony. This year's event has turned out unlike anything we could have anticipated, as in, I don't have to tell you to silence your cell phones, and sadly, we won't have the opportunity to eat cake and celebrate you all in person. But we at LCNB have so much to be thankful for, even at this odd time, and we wanted to make sure to share our enthusiasm and gratitude with you through this event. We hope you are sitting with your families as you watch tonight, celebrating with them all you have accomplished and worked for this year. A new study by Gallup on behalf of the Barbara Bush Foundation for Family Literacy finds that low levels of adult literacy could be costing the US as much as $2.2 trillion a year. And according to the US Department of Education, 54% of US adults 16 to 74 years old, which is about 130 million people, lack proficiency in literacy, reading below the equivalent of a 6th grade level. The study also found that the nation's largest metropolitan areas would all gain at or just above 10% in economic growth by bringing all adults to a 6th grade reading level. This affirms what we all know, that strong adult education programs are critical and all the more important in light of this research and the COVID-19 pandemic. And so we at LCNB feel compelled to create and run courses that teach our learners to read, write, speak, and understand English so that they can access employment and educational opportunities and more fully and equitably participate in the community. With English education, our learners are able to do so many important tasks, like talk with their children's teachers, understand their doctor's instructions, communicate appropriately at their jobs, and become advocates for themselves, their families, and their community. The theme for this year's event, selected back in January, was "Look How Far I've Come," which was intended to be a very inspirational as we pause to reflect on every student's journey with LCNB and how they have been touched and supported by fellow classmates, volunteers, instructors, and our many supporters. As the uncertainties around COVID struck, and we came to understand how much more vulnerable many of our students were due to not knowing English, we decided to add a second theme for this year. That is, literacy is a survival skill. Students as well as instructors shared their thoughts on these themes through essays that you will hear throughout the evening. This year's essays have been compiled in our program book that we will link to in the chat throughout the night. It can also be found on our website. While looking through it, you will be inspired by stories of increased confidence in being able to support oneself, the chance to communicate with a neighbor who became a friend, and the satisfaction and motivation felt when educational goals are achieved. Instructors also shared how this time has caused them to reflect on why they teach, how they adapt to change, and the gratitude they feel for the presence of LCNB students in their lives. Please congratulate our awardees and speakers using the chat or on social media with the hashtag LCNB2020. We have been humbled by just how much the LCNB family came together to make sure that COVID would not derail our students from their path to learning English. Who knew that a measurement of how far I've come would be how well they and we could adapt to virtual classes on Zoom, on phones, laptops, or tablets via Zoom. or that the notion of literacy as a survival skill would be evident when lessons in English became public health sessions about minimizing transmission of a deadly virus. Tonight, we celebrate the work of the Literacy Council of Northern Virginia, the strong community we have built together over the past 58 years, and the wonderful volunteers, learners, and partners who bring rich talents and diversity to our family. Working together, we have moved forward in our goals to reach, serve, and engage adults who need our help throughout the 450 square mile area of Northern Virginia. LCNV has long received much support from our local elected officials. I would like to bring your attention to some special guests we have in the audience tonight. We have Gaston Arroz Riveros representing U.S. Senator Tim Kaine, Marlon Debuson representing U.S. Congressman Jerry Connolly, Julia Kravitz representing U.S. Congressman Don Beyer, Kay Curry, Virginia Delegate, the 38th District, Ibrahim Samira, Virginia Delegate, the 86th District, Jeff Mckay, Chairman of the Fairfax County Board of Supervisors, and Kanik Aguirre with the Alexandria City Council. If there are any other elected officials or their representatives that I may have missed, please post in the chat so you can be recognized. Thank you so much for your continued support of our programs and our students, and for all you do for our community. You may know that the majority of our learners live in the large part of Northern Virginia that is Fairfax County. Tonight, I am especially pleased to welcome Jeff Mckay, Chairman of the Fairfax County Board of Supervisors, to share a few words with us.
Thank you very much, Rupal, and it's a pleasure to be with you all, and wish we could be in person. As you mentioned, of course, these are unprecedented times that we're dealing with, but I did want to stop by and express my gratitude to the Literacy Council, to all the volunteers. Congratulations to all the students for the success that they have achieved. And you know, I think you touched on probably the most important thing, which is this year, when so many things have changed and so many things stopped, the work of the Literacy Council did not stop. And when we're looking at COVID-19, and we all know the unfortunate disproportionalities that COVID-19 have presented, and reminded us that while we have a successful economy in Northern Virginia, we have a lot of people who are still struggling every day to succeed in our economy. And it is our obligation to morally help them, uplift them, and give them the tools that are necessary to succeed. And COVID-19 is a great reminder of how important it is services like the Literacy Council provide, for the reasons you mentioned, both to protect our families, but also to build an economically secure home for so many of our community members. And so I really want to congratulate you, congratulate the students, remind everyone that our strength in Northern Virginia has always been, will always be, the diversity of our people and cultures. And we want to create always a welcoming community. In Fairfax, we refer to it as One Fairfax, where all people have an opportunity to succeed. And clearly, literacy, being able to write, being able to speak, being able to understand is a key to that economic success and to achieving one community that is welcoming to people all over the world, especially our recent immigrants who came here for a better life and for a better community. And so it's a pleasure to be with you. It's a pleasure to have Fairfax County be a financial supporter of the vital programming that you provide. And again, on behalf of the entire Fairfax County Board of Supervisors, I want to congratulate the Literacy Council on another year of great success up against unprecedented challenges, still rising to the occasion and doing the outstanding work that you do on behalf of our entire Northern Virginia region, but most importantly for me, on behalf of our Fairfax County residents. And lastly, thank those volunteers. You know, our community is a great place largely because of the commitment so many people make to improving the lives of others and volunteering their services and assistance to help those in need. And so I particularly want to thank all the volunteers who also make all the programs at the Literacy Council so successful. So congratulations on behalf of the entire Fairfax County Board. We're proud of your organization and what you've been able to succeed, and look forward to continuing a long partnership of success with you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chairman Mckay, for being with us tonight and for your thoughtful and inspiring message. Tonight, I am also excited to invite Marlon Debuson from U.S. Congressman Jerry Connolly's office to share a few words.
Good evening. Thank you so much for having me tonight. The Congressman is a huge supporter of the Literacy Council of Northern Virginia, and we are honored to have you in our district doing great work for so many constituents and new citizens or newly became citizens. There's so much that needs to be done, and as Chairman Mckay said, you all have done so much great work during this pandemic, during unprecedented times. So we greatly appreciate everything you give to our community. To show our appreciation to the volunteers, stakeholders, and students who are being honored here tonight, we submitted a congressional record for each of you, and everyone will get a copy who's being honored tonight. The congressional record has to be voted on by each member of the House, and it gets input into the Congressional Library. So anywhere you are in your home, across the country, across the world, you can log on and see your name in this honor. And it's the smallest thing we can do for the big, important work that you all do. So again, thank you all so much for having me. The Congressman is proud to support you, and we actually have a video now that will play a short message from the Congressman. Thank you again.
Good evening. I'm Congressman Jerry Connolly, and I'm proud to represent Virginia's 11th Congressional District in the United States House of Representatives. I'd like to congratulate the volunteers, instructors, students, and community stakeholders who are going to be honored during the 2020 Literacy Council of Northern Virginia recognition celebration. Each year, the Literacy Council of Northern Virginia dedicates its time, resources, and efforts into helping everybody reach full capacity. Their mission is to teach adults the fundamental skills of reading, writing, and speaking in order to empower them to participate more fully and confidently in both their communities and at work and in society. With the Literacy Council providing the crucial first steps of language and literacy proficiency for workplace citizenship and community integration, it helps adults make measurable improvements in their lives, especially important during a pandemic. Building a community of diverse individuals and families brings out the best in all of us and unleashes human capital and potential, one of the most important and powerful forces in society. I'm proud to be a strong supporter of the Literacy Council of Northern Virginia and the dedicated work you do. Congratulations again to all of the students and members of the community who are being recognized tonight. Thank you for your accomplishment. Stay safe, stay well, and God bless.
Thank you, Marlon. And we are so proud to recognize Congressman Connolly for his many decades of support for LCNB and for our learners. Now, I am excited to introduce you to Nazreen, LCNB's first student speaker of the evening. Enjoy.
Hi, my name is Nazreen. I am from Pakistan. My teacher name is Miss Parak. And this is my essay. Before, I was not able to read or write English, but now I can read and write English. I can buy grocery by reading label. I can talk to people. I can read letter. I can write address. I can study US history to get my citizenship. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Ruba Marshood Afzal, and I am Lcnb's Director of Partnerships and Community Engagement. When we reflect on how far we've come as an LCNB community this year, we recognize that we are only able to do what we do thanks to the significant investment of time and resources given by our many partners across the region. We spend time each year cultivating these partnerships, finding champions at those organizations who care as deeply as we do about the population we serve, and working together to provide equity and opportunity to our learners. Every year, we have the tough job of selecting a few partners to be recognized as our Community Partners of the Year. Tonight, we are proud to tell you about 3 partners whose extraordinary efforts significantly supported Lcnb and our English language learners this year. Acumen Solutions has made community service integral to its philosophy, spirit, and culture. Since our partnership began in 2010, Acumen employees have collected books for our family learning program, hosted benefit races and concerts, become members of our board of directors, and spent more than 1,300 hours on pro bono projects benefiting the 1,500 learners that we serve each year. This year, knowing the importance of data to determine the best use of Lcnb's resources to meet the educational needs of our learners and garner the attention of funders in a competitive fundraising arena, their team helped us create online surveys and streamline our outcomes reporting, ensuring that we have a deep understanding of who we are serving and how our programming is assisting them in achieving their goals. Acumen upscaled our registration process, allowing students to fill out forms online and in their own language, decreasing the time it takes for them to register and saving Lcnb staff hours of translation and data entry. Virtual access to these forms is more important than ever today, when so much of our work must be done online. We are truly grateful for Acumen's generous commitment to our community. It makes a tangible difference to our learners, for whom literacy is a survival skill.
Hi, I'm Margie Johnson, Director of People and Culture at Acumen Solutions. Corporate social responsibility is one of the most employee-valued components of our company. Giving back is integral to our philosophy, our culture, and our spirit. We focus on the needs of those in our local communities where our employees live and work. And as such, we've had a strong partnership with Lcnb for 10 years. It's provided us the opportunity to educate, engage, and inspire our employees to support their mission. It has truly been a win-win partnership. We are honored to have contributed to key initiatives that have enabled them to grow and deliver their vital services to those in need, truly changing lives. Thank you.
I'm Robert Hutchinson, a project manager for Acumen Solutions. Acumen is proud to partner with Lcnb because they embrace innovative solutions to improving lives within their community. Lcnb is adapting and rising to the challenges presented by COVID-19 to ensure that their mission is successful. Embracing distance learning platforms has allowed Lcnb to continue to offer vital learning opportunities to their students while keeping everyone safe. One of the key mission statements for Lcnb is that literacy is a survival skill, and this is as true today as it was prior to the current difficulties. Acumen is excited to support Lcnb as they continue their essential work.
My name is Meg Roth, and I'm a Senior Business Analyst at Acumen Solutions. We choose to partner with Lcnb because we recognize that both spoken and written literacy of the English language is an invaluable skill in today's world. We've seen firsthand just how hard Lcnb works to empower members of our community, giving them the tools and the confidence that they need in order to achieve their goals. We're so proud to play a small role in the work that Lcnb does.
Hello, my name is Tom Gilbride, and I'm a current volunteer member of the Literacy Council of Northern Virginia's Board of Directors and a current director here at Acumen Solutions. As a board member, I have had the unique opportunity to magnify my personal volunteer efforts and make an even broader, more powerful impact by connecting Acumen Solutions' financial, intellectual, and human capital to Lcnb's evolving needs. While I am very proud of our partnership, I am continually impressed by the dedicated group of Lcnb staff, volunteers, and teachers who deliver learning programs that enable our community of learners to read, write, speak, and understand English. Thank you for this special recognition.
Thank you, Acumen team. Our next community partner awardee is the Crimson Bridge Foundation. Since 2018, Crimson Bridge has provided critical funding and collaboration that helped Lcnb to launch our work to transform professional development opportunities for junior level employees with limited English proficiency through our Destination Workforce program. Crimson Bridge support enabled the expansion of our brand new Destination Workforce Guest Service Gold program to new partners, serving beginning level English learner immigrants and refugees eager to gain a foothold in the workforce and towards self-sufficiency. This gave Lcnb the unique opportunity to tailor each course and formalize the program to meet the needs of a broad range of employers, such as a day laborer center or Jose Andres' Think Food Group. Crimson Bridge has since remained a colleague, promoting Lcnb's further success and notable partnerships through its communication channels, and even funding Lcnb for a second year to convert our course into a digital platform. The support of foundations like Crimson Bridge are what enable promising ideas and talented teams to create transformative solutions that improve the lives of our beginning level English learning neighbors.
Good evening. I'm Danielle Reyes, Executive Director of the Crimson Bridge Foundation. I'm so pleased to be a part of the Literacy Council of Northern Virginia's annual award ceremony. And on behalf of Crimson Bridge, our president and founder, Gabriella Smith, and our wonderful program officer, Caitlin Fury, who's had the privilege of working with Rupal and her team at the council, I want to thank you for this very special award. We are so honored and humbled to receive the Community Partner of the Year Award. It's special to us because when the foundation launched only 5 years ago, creating a grant-making program area for adult English language programs was one of the first things we did. Our founder came from Argentina and learned English when she came to the United States in her early 20s. And my father learned English when he came to New York from Puerto Rico at 5 years old. Learning English has the power to transform lives, and we're so pleased to be able to support the innovative work that Literacy Council is doing through Destination Workforce. We know that the success of your program, your organization, and your students is truly indicative of the success of our region. And so thank you for being a tremendous community partner that's making a difference in the lives of so many. Again, we're honored to receive this award, and from the bottom of our hearts, I thank you for letting us be a part of your special award ceremony. Have a wonderful evening, and thank you.
Thank you, Crimson Bridge friends. Last but certainly not least, we are pleased to recognize our final Community Partner of the Year, the City of Alexandria's Workforce Development Center, or WDC. Lcnb's work began with WDC in 2017 to serve its beginning level non-literate refugee clients who were receiving federal benefits through TANF, or Temporary Aid for Needy Families. Our collaboration has since evolved and proven incredibly impactful. With WDC's partnership, we designed a unique program that fills a void in the English language education and workforce training continuum to get the very beginning level learner started on a path towards employment. Serving this segment of clientele required Lcnb to create a highly intensive literacy and work readiness English class. This program, which has grown to serve 2 learning levels, delivers language education and workforce skills, including training towards a nationally recognized customer service credential, all in line with TANF requirements. WDC also made Lcnb aware of an opportunity to apply for funding from the Virginia Department of Social Services. This funding made it possible to sustain the program and make it available to any low-income Virginia resident. Today, the most beginning literacy level English language learner may complete the full program with a professional resume, volunteer experience in an office or retail setting, and a guest service gold credential. Since its pilot in April 2017, this program has served 277 learners, about half of whom were WDC clients, and all of whom have gained the language and workforce skills they need to find employment, care for their families, and connect to their communities.
WDC truly values our strong collaboration with Lcnb, who has consistently provided beginner-level English instruction tailored to the unique needs of our state-mandated program titled VIEW, Virginia's Initiative for Education and Work. Lcnb's work experience component filled a void in English language programming for our beginner-level learners and helped WDC clients put their English skills to practice. At the onset of the pandemic, there were many unknowns, but one thing that we could be sure to count on was our continued partnership with the Literacy Council and their ability to alter their instruction once again to fill our needs. They immediately put a plan in place to offer continued instruction virtually and reduce their costs accordingly. I feel like we will always be partners with Lcnb in the journey towards serving our most vulnerable clientele and providing them with a most valued service, that of English literacy.
Thank you so much to the whole WDC team, and thanks again to all of our awardees and to all of our partners. With your collaboration, our English language learning neighbors advance that much farther toward their goals to access employment and educational opportunities and to more fully and equitably participate in the community.
Thank you again to all of our exceptional partners who make our work possible. Tonight, I have the honor to introduce another advocate for immigrants and English language learners who has labored for decades on behalf of children and families in the greater Washington community. Our guest speaker this evening is Marjorie Levine Sher. She has led and set up childcare, parenting, and elder resource programs and created telework and flex time policies for many governing agencies, including the White House and a number of multinational corporations. She has served as a volunteer and on the board of a number of organizations, including Northern Virginia Family Service, the Committee of 100 of the Washington Area Women's Foundation, Temple Rodev Shalom's social programs, and the TRF Fund for the Community. She currently devotes herself to speaking and writing through her new organization, the Did You Notice Project. Marjorie recently published her fourth book, Indomitable, which shares histories of 32 immigrants to our country, telling the stories of ordinary people reacting to extraordinary circumstances. Since agreeing to speak at this event, we have had many conversations with Marjorie, and she was recently selected to join the Lcnb Board of Directors. Marjorie, thank you for joining us this evening.
Good evening, English learners. Good evening, teachers and supporters of this wonderful organization. Tonight, I'm going to give you a vocabulary lesson. Indomitable. Some of you may not be familiar with this word. It means cannot be defeated. It means that no matter what problems life throws at you, you just work around them or straight through them, and you just keep moving forward. English learners, you are indomitable. Perseverance. This means you just keep going. You never give up, no matter what. You just struggle through and whatever happens until you come out the other side. English learners, you all have perseverance. Resilience. Resilience means bouncy. We all get knocked down by life's events sometimes, but if you have resilience, you just bounce right back up and keep going. You keep trying. English learners, you have resilience. I'm going to stop calling you English learners and start calling you heroes. Yes, anyone who is trying to better themselves and their families and has to draw on their perseverance and resilience are indomitable and are heroes. That's you, students. And the other heroes are those who support you. The teachers, the volunteers, the partners, the financial supporters. So good evening to all the heroes of Lcnb. My fourth book was recently published. The book is called Indomitable: Immigrant Stories of Perseverance and Resilience. In this book, I tell the stories of 32 people who immigrated to this country in the recent years. These people, some of these people came to America as asylum seekers, fleeing persecution. Others came because there was no opportunity for work in their countries and they could not support themselves or their families. And others came here for love, which didn't always turn out the way they had hoped. But the people in my book are just like you. They showed great perseverance and resilience and are indomitable. And not to give away the surprises of the stories, I will just tell you that they all learned English, they all took further training and classes, and they all began with part-time, minimum wage, hourly jobs, and they now have interesting jobs with salaries and benefits. And you can achieve that too. Why did I write this book? I wrote it because I became mad. I became angry. I became disgusted. Negative things were being said about immigrants. What? Have people totally lost their memories? In America, most of us are immigrants or come from immigrants. The only exceptions to this are people who are American Indians, Native Americans, and of course, those who were kidnapped and enslaved and brought here against their will. The rest of us are immigrants or are descended from immigrants. All four of my grandparents were immigrants. They were Jews living in Eastern Europe and fleeing government persecution. Too often, soldiers came to villages like my grandfather's and would start shooting people and burning all the homes. When my grandfather was a teenager, he and his family agreed that he should leave and try to get to America. One night, my grandfather left, running through the forest and continuing on foot for weeks, hiding from soldiers and unfriendly people along the way until he reached the sea and could board a ship which would take him to America. When he finally reached New York Harbor, he must have had so many mixed emotions. Great happiness that he finally made it. Great fear because he didn't know what to do next. He had no money and he had nowhere to live. Great exhaustion for sure. Some of you probably felt some of those same feelings when you arrived. My grandfather eventually opened a tiny grocery store, like a bodega, which sold meats and vegetables, newspapers, and fresh bread, and to my little girl delight, ice cream, candy, and cookies. All four of my grandparents learned English and figured out how to make a living, and all of their children went to college and became professionals. I am the next generation, benefiting greatly from the bravery of my grandparents. My grandparents were like you are now, struggling but determined, indomitable. So that's why I wrote the book, to show those who have amnesia, who forgot where they came from, to show them that immigrants are what makes America the amazing place it can be. This country was built on perseverance and resilience. I also want to say a word to the American-born students of Lcnb. Bravo, you too are heroes. The drive to better oneself is extremely admirable. I believe we should never stop learning. You know that I'm a writer with a pretty good vocabulary with fancy words like resilience and perseverance and indomitable. But I am also a nerd. I'm a geek. One of my hobbies is to read the dictionary. I feel I am one of you, still wanting to learn. So hooray for you US-born students as well. I'm a major cheerleader for Lcnb because I think the work of the staff, volunteers, partners, and supporters is truly God's work. Learning English is the first step to a good life for you and your families, and the recipe for achieving that is Lcnb's great offerings, all those many levels of English classes given at so many different times by excellent teachers and very supportive volunteers. These offerings, combined with your great effort, That is the recipe for success. A part of my book is devoted to advice from the immigrants featured to new immigrants entering the country. I want to share some of these quotes with you. Christina from Colombia says, "Immigrants must have an open mind. They must make a decision to embrace the new culture, learn and adapt, appreciate what is here. Learn the language, try new things, open your eyes. So much is available here. The opportunities for your children will be endless in America." Tron from Vietnam says, "You must learn English. I learned English from a TV, which I found in the trash. Don't give up, be patient, keep doing. Day by day, you will learn more and eventually get a stable job. It's all for your children." Soha from Afghanistan says, "Nothing is impossible. You just need the idea and go for it. If you have a dream, follow it. It's hard. It's hard to achieve, but not impossible. The American dream is something real." To close, I want to offer my deepest thank you to all of you heroes. To those of you who are born here, thank you for your commitment to continuing to learn and make a better life for yourselves and your families. To those of you who are immigrants, just a sincere thank you for coming to America and being an important part of our society. Thank you to all the Literacy Council heroes.
Thank you, Marjorie. This has been a year in which many of us have faced extraordinary challenges. It has been a challenging year for LCNB and for our learners, whose classes and lives were interrupted in March. Overcoming this would not have been possible without the help of LCNB's phenomenal volunteers. During our last fiscal year, 535 volunteers collectively dedicated over 17,000 hours of service to the mission of LCNB. In the last few months, we have had to change the way we do almost everything. So many of you rose to the challenge, transitioning to online platforms, calling students to help them with new technology, interpreting class and safety information, and learning to do community outreach online. We would like to take time tonight to recognize volunteers who gave significant time and service to LCNB this year. During the 2019-2020 school year, we had almost 40 volunteers serve more than 100 hours with us, and 10 who gave more than 200. Wow! The list of names you see here represents volunteers who served as teachers, tutors, testers, translators, office support personnel, community liaisons, and board members. We are truly cheering for each of you tonight. We have loved getting to know many of you personally as we share stories back and forth about why the work that we do together is so meaningful. We know the sacrifices you've made to help our learners this year. We know the passion with which you serve, and we know the impact that your consistency and hard work has had. The LCNB community is a special one, and your care and dedication are truly inspiring. I want to specifically thank Margaret Breen and William Mira, both who served for more than 300 hours this year. Thank you both for your outstanding service to LCNB. At this time, I would also like to celebrate some anniversaries. As you can see, we have a strong core of volunteers who reached their 5, 10, and 15-year milestones with us this year. This kind of commitment is unusual and important, and we are overwhelmed to have so many of you who have walked beside LCNB in this work for so many years. Elizabeth McBurney, Andrea Mayer, and Elizabeth Nelson, congratulations for reaching 20 years of service with LCNB. And Marilyn Stone, 25 years of service. Thank you to you all for this significant effort. We are also grateful tonight to honor 3 outgoing LCNB board members, Carol Ashworth, Anupam Kumar, and John Thomas. We cannot thank you enough for your work on behalf of LCNB and English language learners across Northern Virginia. Each year, we have the difficult task of selecting 3 volunteers to recognize as our Volunteers of the Year. These are individuals who continually use their expertise
to find ways to brainstorm with staff to improve our education and engagement efforts. I am so pleased to recognize 3 women who gave remarkable service to LCNB this year. First, I would like to recognize Eileen Foxwell. Eileen is a retired early childhood special education teacher who has brought her many years of experience to LCNB's Family Learning Program. Second, I would like to recognize Karen Lathrop. Karen generously helps our staff with a wide variety of office and special event projects, allowing us to be much more efficient with our time. And third, I would like to recognize Nancy Rotenecker. Nancy is a former teacher and school administrator who has dedicated her career to supporting individual students to achieve their goals in education. We were thrilled to be able to visit each of these awardees at their homes to share this honor with them. Please enjoy the following footage that captures our celebration and gives you a better sense of all that these 3 volunteers have accomplished.
So I'm going to read our certificate to you, and then we are celebrating and yeah, truly just thankful. So Eileen, for your creativity and care in providing and promoting literacy education to children and families in Northern Virginia, for your eagerness to support students in many capacities as an instructor, a tutor, and as a Best Plus tester, and for your dedicated service and your unwavering willingness to offer your own supplies, time, and expertise to help our learners succeed. Eileen Foxwell is hereby presented with this Volunteer of the Year Award with heartfelt appreciation for your outstanding service to LCNB. For your willingness to tackle projects big and small with care and precision, for your leadership and proactive work to improve and refine our processes in the office and in the community, and for your encouragement and creativity and chocolate to brighten the LCNB office. Karen Lathrop is hereby presented with this Volunteer of the Year Award with heartfelt appreciation for your outstanding service to LCNB. For applying your expertise, research, and individualized attention in your role as student advisor to guide students on their next steps to work, education, and their personal goals. For your consistent and excellent work as a Best Plus tester, and your willingness to be flexible to maximize the numbers of learners we can serve. And for your commitment to the long-term success of English language learners in Northern Virginia. Nancy Rotenecker is hereby presented with this Volunteer of the Year Award with heartfelt appreciation for your outstanding service to LCNB.
Thank you very much.
I wish I could give you a hug. Thank you so much for... Well, thank you very much. This is great. It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. All right, so we have this for you as well. This is our okay. Yeah. Sorry, annual resolution. Oh, great, thank you. Oh, this is so sweet. Yeah, perfect. 1, 2.
Yeah. Okay, well, I volunteer because I can't imagine anything more important than being able to communicate. And that means learning English for some of these people who are so anxious to learn.
It really makes things brighter when things don't always seem so bright. So.
I love what LCNB does for the community.
There's so many opportunities to volunteer and to give back. So I keep coming back.
I'm glad that I get to be a part of it and help where I can. Part of it is very selfish. I get a lot out of it. I enjoy the teaching and I enjoy the people and I just enjoy seeing them learn.
I'm feeling very humbled. Right now, I'm feeling just thrilled. I'm so happy to be working with Lcnb and receiving this award is very touching. There's so many amazing volunteers, especially the teachers that really stepped up, especially during COVID. And to be recognized for the work that I do means a lot, and I'm very grateful and appreciative of it.
So, thank you.
Take care.
Hi everyone, I hope you are doing well. My name is Norma Zavala and I am from Malaysia. Today, I would like to read an essay of mine. Hopes you guys enjoy my essay. The coronavirus COVID-19 has changed my life today. It changed and upended me because it never came across my mind that we people in this entire world would have to face this pandemic. This disease makes me scared because it spread easily, whether from airborne or touch contact. We need to get fully prepared once we decided to go out to buy stuff. We need to limit our daily movement to avoid infections. We need to make sure we practice enough hygiene in our daily life. Hand sanitizing, social distancing, as well as avoiding gathering in a large group are the steps to count on to avoid infections. Government has taken into account every step to contain this disease, but I feel relieved still because I can continue my education at Lcnb because they allow distant learning here. This is the best thing ever and I feel so grateful. I am so amazed with all the effort shown by the teachers in Lcnb in order to make sure we students can continue our lesson until the semester ends. Even though I have to take care of my children and at the same time monitor their studies, I still can manage my time to join the class despite my busy times. The teachers give their full commitment to help us. We have class 3 times a week. They assist us to improve our grammar, listening, reading, writing, and daily conversation. We have had meetings through Zoom apps. This would indirectly expose me to a new technology. I hope that the pandemic will end soon so I can continue my education in Lcnb in person as normal. I miss my friends so much and really hope I can meet them soon. A credit should be given to the teachers for their full commitment and spirit that makes us feel passionate to continue our study even in hard times. Thank you.
Thank you for those words, Maisal. I too want to credit and thank our instructors this evening for their exceptional service. I'm Xavier Munoz, Associate Director of Teaching and Learning, and I speak for all of us at Lcnb when I offer our thanks to you, the teachers, class aides, and tutors who have helped make this year a success. This year, perhaps more than any other in recent memory, we're indebted to you for all that you've done. I would be remiss if I failed to acknowledge the hard work that went into our normal school year, last fall and first half of spring, in which you continued to show your commitment and excellence in our classrooms and learning spaces. However, when COVID-19 hit and the world was thrown into chaos, you stepped up in ways that were both unexpected and invaluable. I want to express our gratitude for the way in which you were patient and understanding as we adjusted to the pandemic and the corresponding constraints to our organization. You offered humble advice, were eager and willing to provide help and share resources, and showed a clear desire to continue to teach and support learners, even from home. You banded together and met online to share ideas and experiences, creating a support group for one another that strengthened the support we were able to provide to learners and their families. I know that they appreciated your ongoing efforts to reach out to them, whether it was via Zoom, emails, messages through Remind, texts, or phone calls. You showed them that they are important and essential to this community, and that in spite of what is happening around us, we're always here to support their continued studies and that we believe in them. If I could summarize what I witnessed this spring in one word, it would be creativity. As you learned new technology, I was delighted to see the myriad ways in which you embraced new opportunities. You showed flexibility with your lesson plans, facilitating activities that involve families, adults and children, learning together and taking advantage of the online platform to share previously difficult to use in-person digital resources like multilingual storybooks and videos. You spoke with classes about current issues like the census and the pandemic, as well as the upsetting racial and social justice issues that continue to be at the forefront of our modern life. You refuse to let tech troubles get you down, and you refuse to let the lockdown keep you from helping learners access much-needed support services. For all of this, we are extremely grateful. Tonight, we want to particularly honor those instructors whose students nominated them as outstanding instructors. You can read the heartfelt messages written by your students in our annual recognition program book, recognizing you both for your excellence as teachers, but also for your encouragement and kindness. Again, thank you. I hope you know how much we value your commitment and dedication.
Hi, my name is Stan Citron. I'm an English teacher for the Literacy Council of Northern Virginia, and I wrote a paper about my experiences teaching English during the pandemic. Back in March, my English class had just hit stride. We'd gotten the classroom routine down, the teachers and students all knew each other, and then on March 23rd, we had to shut it all down due to COVID. At the time, I thought, man, class is done for the semester, probably for the year. But then the Literacy Council suggested that we could continue teaching English through distance learning. I thought, this sounds interesting, especially since I'd only even recently heard of Zoom. And so it was that I was introduced to the world of Zoom with its stop video, mute, and share screen buttons. Of course, there were hiccups transitioning to distance learning, but looking back now, the switch really wasn't too bad. This was surprising to me, given the different levels of computer experience with teachers and students, and of course, the ever-present English barrier. But with the help of the Literacy Council, thanks Marisol, thanks Xavier, we soon fixed the technical problems and everybody was Zooming in no time. The Zoom classroom experience also had its pros and cons. I learned that I had to talk much slower, at least in the beginning, and also I got really good at hitting the mute button to silence the occasional Spanish TV show or screaming kid in the background. And there was the problem of how do we give students sufficient talk time in a distance learning environment. We cracked the code on this one by having breakout sessions led by me and my two excellent aides, Carleen and Mike. As we all know, the world's changed so much since the pandemic. Given the chaotic new normal, it's been comforting just to get back to the routine of having regularly scheduled English classes. And, by the way, we started the fall semester, and while Zoom is not a substitute for in-person teaching, things have gotten much better and much smoother since everyone has become more comfortable operating in a virtual environment. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Melissa Ray, and I'm the Associate Director of Academic Operations and Student Support at Lcnb, and I'm honored to speak to our students tonight. For some of you, this annual recognition ceremony is just the beginning of your journey with Lcnb. You will advance through our beginning English levels and enroll in a writing class or classes to prepare you to enter the workforce or higher education. But for some, this is a graduation ceremony, a time to celebrate all that you've accomplished with Lcnb and to look forward to what lies ahead. Congratulations to all of you. You've shown great courage persevering in your studies while working multiple jobs, teaching your children at home, and facing the challenges of the pandemic. You've learned new technologies, encouraged your classmates, and remained focused on your goals to learn English, even as the circumstances around you have changed drastically. Your commitment to study and learn is inspiring. Look how far you've come. Tonight, we honor a number of outstanding students nominated by their instructors for their excellent work and effort. Their accomplishments are highlighted in our annual recognition program book. Eager to learn and encouraging to their classmates, the energy, compassion, and leadership that the students brought to their classes enriched the experience for the entire classroom. Please join me in congratulating these exceptional students.
Thank you, Melissa. We truly do have outstanding students here at LCNV. My name is Carol Ashworth, and I've been a volunteer and a board member here for about 15 years. I have the privilege of introducing you to some very special guests tonight. First, my dear friend, Patty Donnelly, who served as executive director at LCNV for 15 years until 2017. Patty's fight for excellence in education for English language learners set the bar across the region and made LCNV a leader in serving learners at the very beginning level. And so I am honored tonight to present the Patricia M. Donnelly Merit Scholarship to honor a beginning level student whose dedication to literacy inspires all of us at LCNV, just as Patty has always done. This scholarship will cover tuition for up to 6 semesters of classes and is given to students who show commitment, perseverance, achievement, and classroom leadership. In order to select the scholarship recipients, our staff looked at student test scores, attendance records, and improvements in speaking, reading, writing, and grammar. Then instructors were asked to submit letters of recommendation for a committee to review. So let me introduce you to our first 2020 Patricia M. Donnelly Scholarship winner, Yasika Cruz. Yasika came to the United States from Honduras 16 years ago. When she started class at LCNV, she was quiet, but she always worked hard and always completed her homework assignments. In a fairly short time, she began to build her vocabulary and her confidence to the point where she would volunteer to answer questions posed by her teacher and to help other students who were struggling. According to her teacher, Carolyn, Yasika has an indomitable sparkle when she is sure of herself. For Yasika, her son and her work hugely motivate her. The moments which she can understand customers and help them at work, when her son asks her a question and she can answer in English, or when she can talk with her son's teachers at school and learn about her son's development, all make her feel very empowered. I kept telling myself, I can do it, I will do it, she told us. Yasika, and this determination is how she continues to realize her dreams. Congratulations, Yasika. And now for our second Patricia M. Donnelly Merit Scholarship winner, Norma Zavala. Born in Honduras, Norma has been in the U.S. since 2013. In 2019, she worried that she still did not speak English and began taking classes here at LCNV. Norma was extremely enthusiastic and eager to learn, always came to class early with a smile and was ready for class and actively participated. She worked hard and was eager to improve and always asked great questions. In addition, the other students liked her and looked to her for guidance. She had perfect attendance and she advanced to level 2 at the end of this spring. She eagerly helped other Spanish language speakers when they struggled with a lesson. After she learned English and was able to go to places on her own, her self-esteem grew. I feel like now I'm on the right path to achieve my goals, and I can get so many things that I always wanted, but had doubts before, she said to us. As Jackie, Norma's teacher, said, a class with Norma is a teacher's delight. Congratulations, Norma.
Well, that's just great, Carol. Thank you for sharing these stories of Norma and Yesip. It's so exciting to hear about our great learners. We are so proud of both of you and your hard work and perseverance. It truly does make a difference. Thank you. I can't wait to see what you all do next. And also, Carol, I want to thank you and the board and the staff and the faculty for all that you have done to continue this process and make this award possible. It means so very much, both to me and to the learners. It was great. So thank you. Thanks, all of you.
It's always been a pleasure, Patty.
Thank you, Carol and Patty, and congratulations to all of our students. My name is Jean Koo, and I am the president of LCNB's Board of Directors. I am thrilled to present our last award of the evening, the Mid-Allen Reese Award. This honor is named for LCNB's founder, Mid Allen. She founded the Literacy Council of Northern Virginia in 1962 when she discovered that an estimated 5,000 adults living in Alexandria were illiterate. In 2015, LCNB established an award in honor of her distinguished leadership. The Mid-Allen Reese Award is given to a member of the LCNB community whose leadership through scholarship has immeasurably advanced the organization. This award is presented only in a year when a notable individual has executed exceptional work on behalf of LCNB and may represent a body of work conducted over multiple years. This year, we are pleased to honor Dr. Carol Bussell, LCNB's Director of Academic and Student Affairs, with the Mid-Allen Reese Award. A member of the LCNB team for more than 7 years, Carol has touched and thoughtfully encouraged program development and data-driven improvement across all LCNB courses. She managed the merging of the tutoring and classroom programs. She also unified ESOL, BALL, and classroom tutor and instructor training into a robust and highly regarded hybrid instructor training that supports pedagogical readiness for all instructional volunteers. Carol was instrumental in the development of Destination Workforce. This LCNB program delivers foundational language lessons, cultural literacy, soft skills, and industry-recognized credential training to learners so that they can obtain, succeed, and advance in entry-level jobs, as well as open doors to career advancement. For LCNB's Family Learning Program model for middle school parents, Carol envisioned the integration of word generation by the SERP Institute to encourage family conversations on timely issues affecting middle schoolers and to promote academic language development. She led LCNB's distance learning efforts by encouraging a partnership in which workforce curriculum is being offered via mobile and web applications. Carol started LCNB's writing and academic studies classes, which serve to extend and bridge the continuum of educational services from LCNB to other academic institutions. Externally, Carol is recognized as an exemplary leader in the arena of adult education and has written for many publications and presented at numerous local, state, and national conferences. Internally, Carol is known for her servant leadership as exemplified by her boundless capacity to empathize with her team, prioritize their needs, and help them grow. Through all these efforts and many more, Carol has kept a keen focus on LCNB's pursuit of equity to enable all learners to thrive. Carol, the LCNB Board of Directors and staff are proud to recognize you with the Mid-Allen Reese Award. Congratulations, Carol.
Thank you, Jean Koo and the LCNB Board of Directors for honoring me with the Mid-Allen Reese Award. What a privilege to receive an award named after our founder. I'm Dr. Carol Bussell, and I'm deeply humbled to receive this award. There is something special about LCNB, starting with our students, a diverse population from all over the world that comes to us trusting and full of hope. They inspire us to be better, to improve what we do, to defy the odds, and yes, sometimes to reach for the stars. Our dedication to them are the strong ties that bind all of us together. A confluence of diverse people with incredible talents that come together selflessly, driven by a common goal to serve others. None of us here acts alone. And I know full well that I would not be here before you today Were it not for the many talented colleagues who worked tirelessly alongside of me, fleshing out kernels of thoughts into full-blown ideas, transforming them into best practices, essentially building castles out of grains of sand, always together, always collaboratively. You share this award with me. Executive Director Rupal Saran, with boundless wisdom, vision, energy, enthusiasm, and compassion. Each day you make LCNV a place where creative ideas can grow and flourish, where concepts germinated within can be put to the test and even shared with the world when the time is right. I treasure what I learned from you. I also want to acknowledge our previous ED, Patty Donnelly, for her invaluable leadership, collaboration, collegiality, and support. To LCNV's academic leaders, you helped create the very fabric of our academic program. You each taught me so much. To the LCNV entire team, you took hopes and wishes and built something tangible, admirable, and new. As an ensemble, you sustain us even when we are buffeted by the wind. Together, we created the little engine that could, and boy, did we have fun. I thank you for the privilege of riding that train with you. What a team to take LCNV through the next transformation and beyond.
Hello, my name is Hildaro Orellana Velarde. Being afraid is normal. Giving up can be fatal. The coronavirus has changed us a lot, but where there is crisis, it can be an opportunity to make a real change. Since this pandemic came, I have learned to be more cautious, to eat better, and to show my loved one that appreciated them. I think that one of the biggest challenges I am facing is that every day I have to go to work knowing that I can get infected. The English classes have helped me to be able to communicate in the work I do and to recognize the warning signs against this virus that are written in English. My hope for the future is to stay alive so that one day I can have my own company, and I know that by learning English I will be able to do so. I am very grateful to God and to Literacy Council of Northern Virginia for the opportunity it gives me to be able to learn another language that in this country can open many doors for me. Thank you so much.
Wow, I hope you are as inspired as I am by all we have honored this evening. We are truly privileged to be a part of this very, very special community. You know, as our online classes took hold, we heard from students and teachers alike that classes were meaningful to them, offering a joyous time of togetherness during this period of social isolation. This moment teaches us that working to serve others has countless unintended positive consequences. Thank you to all of you who continue to invest in our programs with your time, talent, and treasure. LCNB is truly grateful. As we near the end of our event tonight, I would like to recognize the LCNB staff. I know firsthand how determined and passionate you are, and that you are laser focused in all that you do to make sure LCNB thrives as an organization and provides the best programming for our learners. Look how far we've come together this year. Special thanks goes to staff members Lisa Vaughn, Shu-Young Wang, Michael Marr, and Marisol Rojas for their work in putting together today's event in this new format. We're all flying the plane while building it these days, But this annual recognition ceremony wouldn't have come together without their thoughtful consideration of a huge number of details. We are so glad you could join us this evening. Please stay on for one final farewell message. And before we turn to that, I just want to say, take care, stay healthy, keep working hard, and we really hope to see you in person next year.
Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for joining us today.
And thank you for your joining us today.
Thank you for 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 joining us today.